it?
I don't know. It's
I mean,
literally the same thing over and over and over again.
I know.
This is a better idea. This is a better idea. Oh, wait, no, we're going to do it better. And then they come in and they do it way worse. And I'm
But
like, yeah, running a government is hard. So
Yeah, I'm
I
not a
don't
big
know.
fan of color revolutions. Um, I'm just going to be honest about that. And then I don't know if anybody has had a chance to check out my last episode of Seeking Sanity, where I was talking about SNAP benefits. It's the most recent one in my stuff. Go ahead and click over there and check it out after this show, maybe. But those blue barrels that you're hearing all the stuff about in the boats, right? In 2013, we proved that people were using SNAP benefits in New York City and using a New York City shipping company to ship food in blue barrels to the Dominican Republic and undercutting their markets and helping collapse their economy. So, like, is there drugs in there or are they just shipping food? I don't know.
Could be both.
that's the tough part here is that we don't know. We don't know. We have to trust our government's word for it, and like we've been trained by the movement to not trust the government, but now we're being, we have to trust the government now. So it's just like, I heard some stories about like the boat that they blew up might not have even have been a drug boat, and the of course like they're going to take this is the classic regime changes. They take a concept of what you're doing. They take something that is virtuous and good on paper, and then they go, "See, this is why we need to do regime change." And then people go, "Oh yeah, this is a great reason. Let's get behind it unequivocally." And then when it messes up in 10 years, everyone's just like, "Why did we do that?" Well, here we go again. We got a legitimate reason, quote unquote, for regime change.
Good
So
idea.
have at it.
Yeah, like in principle, I'm not against the idea of stopping people who are funneling a shitload of drugs that are killing people into America. I'm not in principle, I'm not against that, right?
Yeah.
But if I just have to take the government's word for it and hashtag trust the science,
Yep.
that's now is like the worst time in my life to actually push that idea.
Right. We just had a whole 2 to 3 year span where we're being told to, like you said, trust the regime, trust the science, and the trust in it was at its lowest to the point where people are now questioning the history of our world. Like, well, what else have they been lying about? And now we're like, oh yeah, well, just trust us again. They want us to just flip that switch back on.
Yeah, bro. Look into the Clovis tribe that lived in America before the natives did. Look into the Red Record. It's wild. That's a whole different show.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of things that we can do whole different shows on. Our Dominican friend says you look good with anything you have on, Nora. I assume he's talking to you, not me.
Probably because I'm wearing my bonnet. My hair is wet, so I wear my bonnet when my hair's wet.
You
I'm
shaved
not
your
messing
head.
up my equipment.
Your equipment. Well, speaking of equipment, Venezuela has nothing but old equipment, so they're not going to be able to fight back. Trump had a phone call with Maduro telling him to basically GTFO or, I was told that's one of the topics, Tyler. You see, we have 5 things to discuss on this here program. And more if Sean wants anything else to bring up.
I mean, there's a local thing that I was digging into last night, semi-local. The Stockton gang wars it's a mass shooting that's being buried because it's actually a gang war and not just, some drugged out white kid.
Yes, I believe Mr. Today News spoke about it earlier. Mr.
Yeah.
Today News.
I did a pretty decent thread about that last night, and then I got reported for violent speech after saying that I would scalp tickets instead of going to a concert because the word scalp is violent. God. I got reported by some fucking Brazilian who doesn't understand English slang.
That's been the terminology with tickets for my whole life. Scalping tickets.
Yeah.
What are we gonna call it? Colonizing tickets or like scalping is bad, so that's what they've done for like the last 70 years is this word sounds scary, so let's make it a softer sounding word because we need to manipulate people with soft language.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So if you want to support that word getting out, jump onto my Twitter. It's my pinned post. Scroll it. Like, it's basically a Filipino gang that has broken off of a black gang, pretty much. And like, it started literally as a dance crew in a high school that started rapping, and then they said, "Oh, look, this turf is ours now." But they started saying that in the middle of like a black claimed gang area, and they used to be friends. Like, they're married into each other's cousins, and they killed a fucking 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 21-year-old. And nobody that was actually killed was the reason why the shoot up happened. The two guys did get shot. MB Nell, what is it? He doesn't go by. It's the Fly Boys versus the Everybody Killers. And Everybody Killers is like a play off of Anybody Killer from from Psychopathic Records back in the day. But
Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, very creative names, by the way.
Yeah. Anyway.
Melted says Sean took over. No. I've made Melted. Melted. I revamped everything. Okay. I've added multiple hotkeys. Okay. I could do many things with these hotkeys. I could turn the QR codes off. I can turn my video game screen off. I can switch to everything with these hotkeys. Because I was like, I should get a Stream Deck, and then I was like, wait a minute, hotkeys. I don't need a Stream Deck.
Even better.
Yeah, hotkeys. So yep, that's what we got. We got regime change, as Tyler said on his show earlier. That yes, if this was like something that we can prove, and like it was actually like, people say, well, the smuggling of drugs is a direct threat to the United States, so we should take out the cartels, and I agree with that. But when you see the last 25 to 30 years of, they always have some sort of decent excuse for their regime change. And then I'm also like, had like discussion with my brother about it, and he's like, this all stops if we just shut the border. And I'm like, that's true. He's like, why do we need to do anything on foreign soil? If we shut the border and we put the military at the border, they can't get in. I'm like, huh. Good idea.